Guess what, Internet? We're back! Okay, so by now we've spent our first night at the cabin, and most of our second day, too. It was a decent day. We had a bonfire last night and then went to bed, which Megan thinks—
Bed bugs. Our mattress has bed bugs.
Or we just got a couple mosquito bites last night that we didn't notice till the morning. I thought bed bugs were supposed to leave you covered in like a rash or something. We just have a couple spots here and there.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if there were bed bugs. It would certainly suit this place.
What Megan means by that is that the cabin is a cabin. Like the quaint old rustic ones you see all over Tumblr.
More rusty than rustic and not at all quaint.
I guess when James was talking about the cabin, I was always picturing it as more of a cottage. You know, with a big open space living area, spacious bedrooms.
Heating and air conditioning.
Yeah. This is really more of a shack than a cottage. It's pretty cramped, there's no heating or AC. There is Wi-Fi and electricity, thank goodness, so that makes all of these videos possible. We just have to either film outside or when no one else is inside, because the walls are insanely thin, and there is no way that I'm letting everyone else hear every word I have to say about them. There's 2 floors and all the bedrooms are upstairs. They all have kind of just enough room for a bed and then a closet and a dresser.
Well, did you see? There's actually a 7th room.
Really? Where?
Down at the end of the hall. I thought it was a closet, but then I opened the door and there was a bunk bed and a mat on the floor.
In a closet?
Well, no. I mean, it's obviously a room because there's a window, but honestly, it's probably half the size of your dad's closet.
My dad does have a huge closet.
Where else would he store his 10,000 flawless tie suspender combos? Anyways, the bunk bed looks like it's been around since World War II, and the entire room was kind of coated in this thick layer of grime and dust, so I just closed the door and walked away without really exploring it.
No AC, sketchy privacy, and abandoned closet rooms. I think that pretty much sums this place up. But back to today, which is what I wanted to talk about. After a disappointing breakfast, the guys, who are crazy, by the way, insisted that we all go for a polar dip in the lake.
Oh, come on. You were just as eager to go in as the rest of them. It wasn't exactly a polar dip. I mean, it's May and not February or something, but that water was freezing cold. I thought we were just gonna jump in and jump out, but no. No way. Not with Mr. and Mrs. Competitive around.
That's Mr. and Miss Competitive, thank you very much.
Whatever. It turned into a competition to see who could stay in the longest.
And Megan and Curtis got out first, of course, and left me stranded in there with a bunch of guys. But I forgive them because they were being adorable. Megan told Curtis that her legs were numb because she'd started to get really cold, and then he got adorable and scooped her up, and firemen carried her out of the lake screaming, "Help, help, someone call 911, I think she needs mouth to mouth," and then carried her up to the cabin to dry off. Come on, don't lie, you guys were totally making out, right?
Kate, the internet does not want to know about that. So I went back to the cabin to get some dry clothes, but when I came back to the beach, I saw Hudson running out of the water, screaming something about his balls.
Typical Hudson stuff.
Yeah, and then about a minute later, Grant came out of the water too, probably due more to the feeling of being a third wheel than the feeling of the cold. Eventually we're all standing on the beach watching Kate and James staring each other down, using their mind control powers, threatening each other. You can probably picture it pretty well. James threatened to splash Kate if she didn't get out of the water, and then Kate beat him to it and threw water directly in his face. James tried to get her back by diving at her, but he missed.
I dodged him.
Yeah, and he went right into the water. It was so funny. When he came back up, he had icicles dripping off of his ears. So it's no surprise that he surrendered and went right to the beach.
Making me the champion.
Woo! Yep, congrats. Good job.
You're too kind,
I'm very proud of you.
Everything after that was pretty uneventful. James gave us a grand tour of the property, which is freaking huge, by the way. He showed us the paintball field, the hiking trails, the soccer field, the canoes, ATVs, things like that.
No. Yeah, oh, and then it got weird when James asked Kate if she wanted to go canoeing with him in the morning, and then I stepped in and said that Kate and I had already been planning on it because things are still weird between them.
It's just awkward. Like, sometimes we'll be having a conversation and they'll just go dead, and you just know that we're both trying not to talk about the fight.
Oh, hey, maybe that's a sign that you guys should talk about it.
We've been over this.
I know.
We just need to focus on moving on, okay? It's too late for that. That's what this week is supposed to be about, after all, right?
Right.
That is a nasty bug bite.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a bug bite. Yeah, it's from the bed bugs. You know, the bed bugs, they get beds, vicious, they're bugs, and they actually are crazy terrifying.
It's a hickey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.